Human bipedalism is one of the defining characteristics of our species. Our ability to walk on two legs sets us apart from other primates and has allowed us to travel long distances, free our hands to carry objects, and develop sophisticated tools. The evolution of bipedalism is a subject of great interest to anthropologists, and one of the key species in this field of study is Australopithecus afarensis. Australopithecus afarensis, also known as the southern ape from afar, is an extinct hominin species that lived between 3.9 and 2.9 million years ago in what is now Ethiopia and Tanzania. The most famous specimen of this species is Lucy, a nearly complete skeleton discovered in 1974 in the Afar region of Ethiopia. The discovery of Lucy provided important insights into the evolution of bipedalism and the origins of the human lineage. This essay will explore the evolution of bipedalism in humans and the insights gained from the study of Australopithecus afarensis. We will first examine the anatomical features of bipedalism, and then discuss the theories that have been proposed to explain the evolution of bipedalism. Finally, we will look at the fossil evidence of Australopithecus afarensis and discuss its implications for our understanding of human evolution. Anatomy of bipedalism. Bipedalism refers to the ability to walk on two legs. Humans are the only primates that are obligate bipeds, meaning that we walk exclusively on two legs. There are several anatomical features that distinguish bipedalism from quadrupedalism, walking on four legs. These features include the position of the foramen magnum. The foramen magnum is the opening at the base of the skull through which the spinal cord passes. In bipeds, the foramen magnum is positioned underneath the skull, which allows the head to balance directly over the body's center of gravity. In quadrupeds, the foramen magnum is positioned at the back of the skull, which allows the head to be positioned in front of the body for better vision. The shape of the pelvis. The pelvis is the bone structure that connects the spine to the legs. In bipeds, the pelvis is shorter and broader than in quadrupeds, which provides stability when walking on two legs. The iliac blades, which are the curved bones that form the top of the pelvis, are also positioned more laterally in bipeds, which helps to stabilize the body during walking. The shape of the femur, or thigh bone, is angled inward in bipeds, which positions the knees closer together. This arrangement provides a more stable base for the body when walking on two legs. The shape of the foot. The human foot is adapted for bipedalism, with a short, broad heel bone, an arch that helps absorb shock when walking, and a big toe that is aligned with the other toes, rather than being opposable like in other primates. Theories of bipedalism evolution. There are several theories that have been proposed to explain the evolution of bipedalism in humans. Some of these theories are based on the advantages that bipedalism provides, while others focus on the environmental factors that may have influenced the evolution of this trait. The savanna hypothesis. This theory suggests that bipedalism evolved as a response to living in open savanna environments. Walking on two legs would have allowed early hominins to see over tall grasses and shrubs, which would have improved their ability to spot predators and prey from a distance. Additionally, bipedalism would have allowed early hominins to cover longer distances more efficiently, which would have been advantageous in a savanna environment where food and water sources were widely dispersed. However, this theory has been criticized for its oversimplification of the environment in which early hominins lived, as well as the lack of evidence for open savanna habitats during the time of Australopithecus afarensis. The hominoid adaptation hypothesis. This theory suggests that bipedalism evolved in response to the need for early hominins to move and forage in diverse environments. This theory emphasizes the need for early hominins to be able to move across different types of terrain, such as forest floors and open grasslands. Bipedalism would have allowed them to adapt to different environments and exploit a wider range of food resources. However, this theory has also been criticized for its lack of direct evidence. The thermoregulation hypothesis. This theory suggests that bipedalism evolved as a way to regulate body temperature. Walking on two legs would have allowed early hominins to expose less of their body surface area to direct sunlight, which would have helped to prevent overheating. Additionally, walking on two legs would have increased airflow around the body, which would have helped to cool the body through evaporation. However, this theory has been criticized for its lack of evidence and its failure to account for the fact that bipedalism would have increased exposure to direct sunlight during midday hours. The tool use hypothesis. This theory suggests that bipedalism evolved as a way to free the hands for tool use. Early hominins may have used tools for foraging, hunting, or defense, and bipedalism would have allowed them to carry and use tools more efficiently. However, this theory has been criticized for its lack of direct evidence and its failure to account for the fact that bipedalism would have been an energetically costly adaptation. Fossil evidence of Australopithecus afarensis. Australopithecus afarensis is one of the best-known early hominin species, thanks to the discovery of the nearly complete skeleton known as Lucy. Fossil evidence of this species provides important insights into the evolution of bipedalism and the anatomy of our early ancestors. The skeletal remains of Australopithecus afarensis show clear adaptations for bipedalism. The foramen magnum is positioned underneath the skull, indicating a more upright posture, and the pelvis is short and broad with laterally positioned iliac blades. The femur is angled inward, and the foot has a short, broad heel bone, an arch, and a big toe aligned with the other toes. These adaptations suggest that Australopithecus afarensis was fully bipedal, although it may have also been able to climb trees. However, the anatomy of Australopithecus afarensis also reveals some differences from modern humans. For example, the knee joint is relatively flat, suggesting that this species may not have walked with the same upright gait as modern humans. Additionally, the curved fingers and toes suggest that Australopithecus afarensis may have spent some time in trees. The fossil record also provides insights into the behavior and lifestyle of Australopithecus afarensis. Footprints discovered in Tanzania show evidence of bipedalism and provide a glimpse into the gait and speed of these early hominins. The discovery of stone tools associated with Australopithecus afarensis suggests that this species may have been capable of tool use, although the exact extent of their tool-making abilities is still a subject of debate among researchers. The stone tools associated with Australopithecus afarensis were discovered at the site of Lomekwi 3 in Kenya, which dates back to about 3.3 million years ago. The tools are crude and simple, consisting of unmodified stones that were likely used for pounding and crushing food items. While these tools are not sophisticated compared to those of later hominin species, they are still significant because they provide evidence that early hominins were capable of using and modifying objects for specific purposes. The discovery of these stone tools also suggests that early hominins were able to adapt to their environment by using tools to exploit new food resources. For example, Australopithecus afarensis may have used stone tools to crack open nuts or bones in order to access the nutrient-rich marrow inside. However, the discovery of stone tools associated with Australopithecus afarensis raises questions about the timeline of the evolution of tool use. Some researchers have argued that the discovery of these tools pushes back the timeline of the earliest known tool use by nearly 1 million years, as earlier evidence for tool use comes from the site of Ghana in Ethiopia, where stone tools were found in association with the later hominin species Homo erectus. Others have questioned whether the stone tools found at Lomekwi 3 were actually made by Australopithecus afarensis or by a different, unknown hominin species. These researchers point out that the dating of the site is not precise, and that the stone tools found there could have been made by a species that lived later than Australopithecus afarensis. Despite these debates, the discovery of stone tools associated with Australopithecus afarensis remains an important piece of evidence in our understanding of the evolution of human tool use. It suggests that our early ancestors were capable of using and modifying objects for specific purposes, and that this ability may have played a key role in their ability to adapt to and thrive in changing environments. The evolution of bipedalism is a complex and multifaceted process that is still not fully understood. While Australopithecus afarensis is just one species in the evolutionary lineage of humans, it provides important insights into the anatomical adaptations and behavioral changes that were necessary for bipedalism to evolve. The evidence from Australopithecus afarensis suggests that bipedalism evolved as a way for early hominins to adapt to changing environments and to exploit new food resources. The anatomy of this species provides evidence of adaptations for upright walking, while the discovery of stone tools suggests that early hominins were capable of using and modifying objects for specific purposes. However, there is still much that we do not know about the evolution of bipedalism and the origins of our species. Future research, including the discovery of new fossil specimens and the use of advanced imaging technologies, will continue to shed light on these important questions and help us better understand the complex process of human evolution.